Hello ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Odiembo here, the International Director of Furaha and Baraka Farms, welcoming you to another episode of Talk to the Expert, the Furaha Way. We are a company that actually are into the agri-tech. We are passionate about our climate, about taking care of our environment. And today we are going to talk to our experts because this will be an ongoing talk show podcast, and we'll be bringing you the right way and the right things on how to go about handling our environment. And together with me, I want to introduce a very, very important person. He's actually a specialist and one of the Furaha and Baraka experts. He will introduce himself and talk more about what we do in terms of mapping our environment, because when you talk about taking care of our environment or planting and making the environment green, it's not only a matter of just planting trees. We all know that there's a 15 billion drive that was actually announced by the president, and it's actually an initiative of the global fight against the climate change. Now, us as Furaha and Baraka, we bring to you the nitty-gritties, the specialization, and the right way to do it. I would like to interview the wonderful gentleman here. He will tell us more about that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Steve.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'd like you to talk to our guests. Tell them who you are, what you do at Furaha and Baraka Farms, and your specialization, which is GIS. So that is where I want us to start with as a specialist. Welcome.
Asante sana. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Steve, once again for welcoming me for the podcast. My name's are George Aike. I was born and bred in Homa Bay County at the shores of Lake Victoria. I work for Furaha and Baraka as the GIS and Remote Sensing Specialist. Basically, GIS refers to Geographic Information Systems. Literally put to a layman is computer-based mapping. Like you know, Furaha and Baraka is involved in environmental conservation. Our main agenda is fighting climate change through restoration of degraded lands and enhancing livelihoods. To this end, we use GIS to help us position ourselves in spaces where we work. So the first thing is that we need to know where we work. And this way, geographically, we ground ourselves saying we are at position X, position Y, and at this altitude, and that the position we are working at is at what zonation in the world.
And why is that important to people? Or for someone who doesn't understand, in a nutshell, that's mapping. Yeah. So why is it important, or for those people who are actually very passionate about tree planting or the environment conservation, why specifically is it important for them to know where they did the geographical information sensing?
Thank you. Quite a nice question. GIS is very important for climate change and tree planting and nurturing emphasis because basically with GIS you have to know where you are planting. Mm-hmm. And it's become a global world. The fight against climate change is a global anthem. Mm-hmm. So we need to know where we are working. So we have to be spatially aware that physically we are working around this area. Mm-hmm. Number two, it's important that where we are working, there are certain characteristics. What we are planting, we have to know that we are planting the right seedling at the right site.
Okay.
Using the right methodology.
All right.
So we have to, before we plant, we have to assess, one, what are the levels of degradation here? Uh-huh. What are the drivers of this degradation? By levels of degradation, are we talking about highly degraded? Are we talking about moderately degraded? Are we talking about intact or healthy systems? Mm-hmm. And after that, we go number two, see what are the drivers of this degradation? What causes this degradation? Is it climate change? Is it people cutting trees for timber and firewood? Is it livestock grazing in our forests, in our very, very essential mangrove forests? Then after that, we come with the various most suited and applicable intervention methods. If it's enhanced planting, if it is direct planting, if it's protection, or if we have to give these people alternative livelihoods. If it's cutting down for fuel wood, then we can bring in other livelihood mechanisms like bringing fuel wood, cheaper GICOs, which are environmental friendly and climatically correct. So it's important that with GIS we get to know where we are, what are the disease that is hitting us, and how to cure it the local way.
So basically, it's like data collection. Yeah. Okay. If it's data collection, just in a few seconds, like how is it important before, during, and after the planting? Just in a summary.
Yep. In a nutshell, we have to collect data about a particular site.
Okay.
And this data comes along with all the climatic, both abiotic and the biotic characteristics. All this we use together in a GIS, tag it along in an attribute table, and then display this by way of forms of maps and graphs and tables. Okay. So this will help us, in a nutshell, Steve, as the right tool for decision support. So GIS is very important in decision support. It's a major asset in decision support as a major decision support system tool.
All throughout the process.
So. All throughout the process, from identifying the site to executing the planting and the restoration, rehabilitation bit of it, and even after, because after planting we'll have to monitor through GIS, through remote sensing, what is the survival rate. Then after with time series analysis and the monitoring, we'll have to be taking stock. What has survived here? What can we do the right way? What can we change? And then after that, in the long term, it will give us like now, here we are, what are the next steps?
So basically, we've seen people, there's so many initiatives, so many organizations. Like we have Mazingira Day in Kenya. So during Mazingira Day, you find it's a national holiday. And during the national holiday, you find different ministries, different schools, different organizations. They go out to plant trees. Based on the GIS that you're mentioning, to me, or in a layman's, it means most of these people, they're not doing it the right way. So I think it is important for them to embrace the GIS on the data collection, the right species to plant. Am I correct?
Very much correct. You are spot on. It's important that what we do, since this is a nationwide initiative, the 15 billion trees, we have to first gather data, the right data. The right data will help us, because obviously we can't go planting, for example, where destruction will be more than the survival. So, and the first thing, this is where GIS comes in.
Okay.
With the red data, we have what we call the garbage in, garbage out.
Okay.
If we have the right data, we'll be producing the right information, which will help us support our decision. The decision will have to be now the correct one. If we have the wrong data, then definitely we'll feed it into our systems, like the platform, the 15 billion tree, and it will be wrong data. We'll just be saying, we have planted here 10,000 in Mombasa County. In Kwale County, we've done 100,000. In Kilifi, we've done 350. And then we push that on the platform, leaving behind what has survived, what hasn't survived. So we'll be having data up there, which is not reflecting on the ground. So GIS and remote sensing acts as a backstop.
Okay.
This is what we did. This is the actual thing.
So in Furaha and Baraka, being that we do embrace GIS, what will you advise the institutions that are actually not factoring the mapping and the usage of GIS? Just in simple terms.
In simple terms.
Yes.
It's important that we embrace technology. Furaha and Baraka, far and large, has embraced technology from site selection to the planting, even including how to do the pottings, how to dig the holes, which
all those apply under GIS.
Yeah, all under GIS.
Okay.
So then after that, one thing also that I've not mentioned, but which is important for this interview is that Furaha and Baraka started by mapping also the stakeholders.
Yes.
So we need to know, apart from the environment where we work in, we need to know who are we working with. So Furaha and Baraka, with the GIS, we have the right tool to know that we have this species X, which is favorable under this condition A, B, C, D, and those conditions are found here and here and here. So definitely we can, after planting and seeing success here, we will then extrapolate.
Okay.
So we'll do a site characterization and then extrapolate the same idea somewhere.
So it is advisable. It is advisable for all the stakeholders who are actually behind the climate change and taking care of our environment to embrace GIS.
Very, very important.
Okay,
they have to
wonderful.
embrace GIS and the sister technology, which is remote sensing. Because after that, then we'll be taking. After GIS is done, we've mapped everything. We've mapped the stakeholders. We've mapped the soil characteristics, the environment, temperatures, be it sea surface temperatures, terrestrial temperatures, soil types, like I said, biotic and abiotic factors.
Yeah.
Then after that, we'll be taking, we will be advising on GIS helps advise on next steps.
On the next steps.
Yes.
So you can be able to know how many trees were planted, how many have survived,
yes.
How many need to be replenished. You are also able to pull out a report and give to the stakeholders. Monitoring. Okay.
Yeah. So
can you talk a little bit about monitoring and GIS?
Yeah. So when it comes to monitoring, after planting, we'll have to, through the use of GIS, and here we are going to bring in what Furaha and Baraka does. We have access to high satellite imagery. We use GIS to characterize and get data of what is degraded.
Okay.
So we are able to access those areas that are not easily accessible.
Okay.
But through GIS, we can access them through remote sensing. We get to know that this is degraded to this level.
Okay.
I started by mentioning that we have satellite imagery, which are the Sentinel 2A, 2B, and of course QuickBird. But then now a more robust that has come of late and which Furaha and Baraka have really embraced is the drone technology, unmanned aerial vehicles. So with drones, we are really able to cover a massive area. Without, we are able to access a massive area, where due to other conditions, like it's too boggy or it's too marshy, or even when we are monitoring healthy stands of mangroves, it's so intertwined, be it the breathing roots and the stems. This technology of drones have helped us to map exactly. Apart from our current uses of GIS and remote sensing, now comes the other cutting edge of technology. When I'm done with my GIS, I've done my maps, I've shown where we are. We have, as Furaha being an agri-tech organization, I pass on the mantle. We have a techie group who does the monitoring, who now put this on the platform. But down here at the GIS level, when we are classifying our images, I'm now using Google Earth Engine, which actually embraces the cognitive cognitive recognition, and then also machine learning. So basically, I'm able to break down even species by species.
Right.
That now this is Avicennia, this is Rhizophora.
Different species of plants.
Through the classification,
and mangroves.
And mangroves. So AI and machine learning is help us to identify each species where they stand and their suitability.
Okay. So GIS is basically on the ground one.
Yeah, the ground.
And then there's a team working on the back end.
On the back end.
Yeah.
Who are now flashing all this data, the quality, after doing all the cooking down here, the geo-processing. So GIS is for geo-processing. Then now going into the dashboard and production of all this.
Okay, what advice can you give to young men? Young men and women, of course.
Young men and women. Definitely, like they say, don't be swept by the wayside. Technology is here with us. And one, that technology is here with us. Embrace technology, otherwise you'll be swept by the wayside.
Okay.
I'm not saying people should not use Kabambe. But then now people should not stop on Android, but go the iPhone way and so we are just keepers. So if we don't conserve, if you don't tackle climate change, we have to be able to mitigate all these harsh outcomes of the climate change. We have to adapt to them.
Yeah, sure.
And then we have to be resilient. So apart from mitigating, let's put a stop to this. Adapt to these conditions. Then going forward, make sure that we are able to sustain the mitigation and the adaptation that we get.
That was for the young people. What about to the global economy? Because we already know that there's the global warming and there's a lot of degradation and everything. So based on an expert point of view, just look at that camera and just give us one parting shot in few seconds.
In a few seconds?
Yes, as a specialist, of GIS and an environmental scientist, exactly.
Climate change is real. We are seeing sea surface temperatures rising. We are seeing livelihoods being cut short. We've seen life cycle living standards going down. Our foods are changing. We have to fight climate change. As an environmental scientist, the environment is supreme. Let's conserve our environment and fight the climate change. I call upon closer collaboration. Let's not just have meetings, workshops, conference of parties, and then after passing on resolutions, we don't execute them. Let's punish the major polluters. Let them not buy out.
Well,
no
good.
Options.
Thank you very much, and it's wonderful to have you. This is our scientist and a GIS specialist. He has actually taken us through all the steps on how to do it the Furaha way. He's our expert and a specialist. So our advice as Furaha and Baraka, it is important to plant a tree, but there are the right ways to do it. And my parting shot from where I'm sitting as a Furaha and Baraka host is to welcome you in this journey of preserving our environment. And let us do it the right way, and when to do it is now, today. Thank you very much, and we are looking forward to meeting you and talking to you more and bringing you more and more experts on the bench. Thank you very much.
Asante sana.
Asante.